Hello, beautiful souls. This is Vinir Kumar, also known as Twinflameunion, bringing you guys. I gotta turn this down. I did everything else, but I didn't silent that. Um, this is going to be a live YouTube, and we are on air. Today's topic, I decided to do it in the beginning of the year. Welcome, welcome. And I do want to know where you guys are tuning from. So do let me know in the comments. Say hi to me if you want to. If you have any questions on the topic that I've chosen, feel free to also let me know. Those that actually were in my past life, the other life, that was not very, it wasn't very flush, but this one is. It's supposed to be anyway. So we're gonna see how it rolls out. I actually didn't realize that I was gonna get so many views from it, but I did, and there were not many. Actually, nobody really asked questions, but I do actually encourage you guys to ask questions because this is actually a very powerful topic that I actually have, and. I just also want to say that for those that are, and I'll say that as we go, because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to come and go kind of thing or join depending on their time zone. It is 11 a.m. Saturday morning, and in Vancouver, British Columbia. Actually, I live in Surrey. So Surrey, British Columbia, it's raining. It's about probably 3 degrees. So a lot of people like to film these kind of things in their vehicle. Not me, it's too cold. So that's not happening. But if for whatever reason you didn't think of a question and you want to actually still ask me the question, go ahead and do that anyway, even if it's posted. If there is any comments in the questions, I mean, in the any questions in the comments, I will definitely answer those individually. So we will dive into the topic, and I'm very excited. I actually wrote some of the things that I want to discuss about today. That is the spiritual ascension symptoms, and I do actually have a blog. Hi, hi Margot. Hi, La something. I can't read that fine print, but hi. Welcome everybody. I do appreciate you all, and I just wanted to say that that blog itself is very, very read after, right? Every month Google gives me some of their some of the analytics of what's happening in my website, and that's one of the videos that people do actually click on. Sorry, not videos, blogs. I'm still trying to get my thing together. I'm not used to live, so bear with me, people, please. Hi, Tamanian. Oh, you are from, Tamil Nadu, India. Wow. Okay, that's, you know what? I commend you. Because in India, it's probably late night. It's probably midnight. Hi, B. Um, and yeah, you guys are very, very dedicated. I appreciate you all. I'll try to do some more lives in other times zones, so that people that are on the other side of the world. Hi, Sangaram. Thank you. This is my gym attire. I'm just gonna go to the gym, and I really didn't want to not uh, come in and just kind of. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sangram. Yeah, I have to go to other stores as well, so I usually try to put myself together. It is midnight 37 p.m. Yes, a.m. probably, because you guys are a little bit ahead. Yes, I did check the time, and that's why um, it, I you want to know my body count? That's a little personal, isn't it? Let's just say that I get attracted. I attract people a lot, men. Let's just say that I well put together. That's all I'll tell you. And yeah, and my twin flame does like how I look, so there you go. What is my favorite color? Red. And that's why you guys see a lot of my like my website does have red in it. It's my twin flame's favorite color too, and that's part of the thing that I'm gonna actually um, mention. Thank you guys for all the comments. I appreciate it. I wasn't planning to get hit on here. Thank you. So spiritual ascension symptom is one of the topics that I'm going to talk about. And the other one is recovering from health issues. And these are really, really important. And we are in the beginning of the year. And that's why I actually didn't want to choose to be on a different kind of outfit, because I wanted to actually inspire some of you that are trying to, just have a health routine, that kind of stuff. I am from Surrey, Vancouver, British Columbia in Canada, and I'm Indian. So thank you, thank you. So yes, thank you. I appreciate it. It's a lot of work to do the inner work to keep your energy in high vibration. And as a teacher, as a twin flame coach, trying to be a mentor is not easy. And I of course have good days and bad days, and I know that uh, I was also going through some health issues myself, and this is the thing that I'm going to talk about here. And hopefully within my story, you guys are going to, yes, this is a puma, and I call my twin flame Black Panther. So that, but I do like their stuff. I think that the apparels are nice, and yes, thank you. So yes, see, that's what I have. And recently I actually even have a tattoo of a black puma eye, and my twin flame's name on it, so he knows it, he's seen it now. So yes, this is how the whole thing actually started. I For those that actually know my story, my uh, when we met, I thought he was like a panther, like, so I just called him that. And little did I know that it would become my power animal, and it would become my animal spirit guide, that kind of stuff. And this just goes to show that in the journey how this kind of works. And having said that, just about maybe 8 months ago, I actually retrieved his power animal as well, which is also a black panther, but mine is the male version, his is the female. Don't ask me, it's just the way that it worked out. But yeah, I mean, you just don't know how the journey will actually come about. So okay, so we're gonna talk about all those kind of things, and of course, definitely put your questions down, whatever that is that you want to talk about in terms of your health issues. If you want some guidance, I'm here. Also, spiritual ascension symptoms. Like if you have anything that you thank you, Sunny. Appreciate you. And of course, if you want to if you want to know any questions regarding all of that kind of stuff, I can guide you here. And if you didn't ask, you can also write that in the comments. Afterwards, I will reply to your question. So the first two books that I actually think is really, really great is You Can Heal Your Body. This is by Louise Hay. It's somewhere back there in my shelf. I know that. Thank you. I have like a audio file that you can also grab from YouTube. It's free. It's not mine, but it's you can actually just look at it. If you don't want to pay the money, You Can Heal Your Body by Louise Hay is really, really good. I think it's the best one so far when it comes to your spiritual healing, just because she was one of the pioneers of law of attraction. And not only that, but she also was, she had battled cancer, so she was able to actually get rid of it without too much of normal medicines and stuff like that. So another one that I do want to mention. Hi Shraddha. um, okay, I just kind of missed that comment, sorry. Can you write that again, Shraddha? The other one is The Body Keeping Score. So that's by Basil van de Kolk. That's the Body Keeping Score. That one is actually, I read it via Amazon Audible. So for those that actually want to find these books, if you have Amazon Audible, you can also purchase it, that kind of stuff. And I did that. I didn't resonate with it much. There was nothing that was new in there that I didn't know already. So for me, it wasn't like a big change. Um, s- okay, so you mentioned something about a cyst. If you have stuff like that, I would look into to consult with your doctors, because they can actually do so many tests on those kind of things, right? So if you felt something in within your body, I would really say don't delay stuff, if that makes sense. You don't want to do that anyways, just because you don't know what that could be, right? So if that hopefully that answered your question. If that was something that you needed maybe a reassurance on, I would check with your doctor. And any other great books? I have so many, and depends on what you're asking about. Like these were today's topic was health, but I do have a list of all good books that I have read. Do you want to know anything about like law of attraction? Because that's I can give you a few. That's The Power of Subconscious Mind. This is actually really, really good, and that's by Joseph Murphy. I've actually read it a few times, and it actually does play into this topic that we've got, and I'll tell you a couple of stories within it, to just kind of explain how your mind can actually heal a lot of stuff as well within. Okay, perfect. So yes, you can read that, because there's so much information on the power of subconscious mind. I would read it over and over again to just kind of understand, because it just goes so lengthy with it, right? So um, you love how people today understand the mind and the body and are connected. Definitely, Sunny. I think that that's something that is so true. Hi, good. You mentioned your power animals. Mine is something. It comes really quickly, guys. I'll have to next time I will actually turn the super chat a little bit slower, so that it doesn't I'm able to read it. I didn't realize that a lot of people would be commenting today. Last time people didn't comment, so it's trial and error with this. Advice for working out, masculine energy rises to 100 advice from comfort. Um, Working out, speaking of working out, one of the things that people do not realize when it comes to just in general physical part, of course you have the spiritual stuff that you guys are also basically healing, but the physical aspect, which is kind of what the topic is swimming. So I'll go into that. I you actually move your entire body when you are actually swimming, and you don't realize it. And water therapy is really, really powerful. So that's another thing, that you should be doing. Another thing that you guys should be doing is salt clearing, and I have an article on that. I say that to people all the time, especially if you are doing any of my sessions, or if you are doing any kind of guided meditations, try to do the salt clearing. That's the Epsom salt. You can soak your foot in those, or you can, have a bath with that. It really, really removes all the negative gunk and sludge, and, just the negative energy within you. If you don't have time to do that, you can actually just keep some Epsom salt, in a cup like this, right? And mix it up, and then just when you are showering, just kind of pour it down your body. And then at the same time, what you can do is just kind of put that intention out loud that you are, with this water, you are cleansing your body, so that anything that you have carried in your like anything negative that is still with you within your physical body, it washes away with water. And you can actually do that daily if you want to. It's really, really powerful tool to do. I was actually there's a few people in my that I go to for therapy. I have spinal issues, and that's what was triggering some of my health issues. And mother puts Epsom salt in a cup, and to child, okay, child, yes, yeah. Yeah, it's really, really good. I used to hate my dad for doing this. He used to make us drink Epsom salt, so it's actually drinkable too. What was it? He did that, because it really cleanses your gut, and I used to hate doing that. It, like, weekend would come, and sometimes he would get me and my sisters to do that. That was just the old remedy, right, back in the days, and Jesus, used to hate it. Those were the days, yes. Sometimes parents, they have their own way of, healing you, in terms of like things like that. So we'll go into the spiritual ascension symptom, which is really, really important to pay attention to. Yes, of course they do. Yes, they do. Well, I appreciate them now more than I appreciated them before, especially my dad. As I was growing up, I didn't really get along with him all that much. Teenage, I wasn't rebellious, but I wasn't very close to him. But when I did my life gratitude journal, he passed away 10 years ago, and he is part of my spirit guide on the other side. And when I was doing my life gratitude journal, I realized that I was always his girl. I didn't realize it, and I look like my dad. I look like my dad's mom. So uh, it, definitely. And he used to always be fascinated. I guess he could see that that I look like him, and I look like his mom. That kind of stuff. So my looks come kind of from there, from that side of the family. And so anyways, when I did the life gratitude journal, from the age of 1 to my current age, I realized that I had really, really good moments with him, and not my mom, although I was always close to my mother. So, and I do have a blog on that, in my website. So for those that are hopping in new and you don't know my work, you can check my about section. I have all the links there, so you can check out my website. I've got almost 100 blogs in there, and I'm currently working on twin flame, uh, like just your connection with your twin flame. I kind of did that video in the last in the last upload, and just anything about your twin flame, about you, right? So anyways, yeah, yeah, it comes really fast and goes, so I'll have to next time adjust the settings so I don't have. Let me just see if I can do that here. No, it doesn't do that. Okay, I don't know what that is. Okay. I don't know all the settings right now. Okay, perfect. Yes, yeah, your cord cutting meditation is very, very good. It's very, very powerful, and um, it takes about I say give it 6 to 8 months to finish it because it's quite a lot. So, so having said that, yes, you do get a lot of symptoms. A lot of them, one of the common ones that you get with the Ascension symptom is the ears ringing, or your vision will get a little bit blurry. And no, you're not losing your eyesight. That's if do check you with your doctor too, your eye doctor, to make sure you're not doing that. But yeah, you'll find that you're losing some of that. You'll start feeling like you can sense things. And there is about 12 clairs in my empath training. I actually talk about that and actually teach people how to tune into your clairs and much more. So that course is there in my website if you guys want to purchase that. And what I find is that in the beginning, a lot of people are always questioning me with their ascension symptoms and stuff like that. Your intuition will get heightened. You'll be able to start seeing, things through your third eye. So, and the thing is, the more you heal, the more you start actually building all that. It's like intuition is like a faith muscle, right? The more you practice it, the more you're gonna actually get better at it. So there is ways to heighten them, and there are courses out there that you can take to heighten your your skills as an empath. Empath is basically a person that actually feels everything around them. It's not just people. You actually feel things as well. You sense energy, you see things, like clairvoyantly. You can sometimes, and the thing is that everybody would have a different kind of clair that is more dominant than the other. You have to figure out what your clair is. What mine is a clear knowing. So that is a clair. You guys have to see what your dominant clair is. It's going to be different for everybody. So another thing that I want to mention is that as you heal, and some of you will actually resonate with this, and that is that you start to become kind of like your twin flame, or they become you. It's because you guys are one, right? You are that one energy. And this is why when it comes to your twin flame, you can connect with them in such a deep vibrational level. You will not be able to connect with anybody like that. So and because you guys are one soul, and I kind of mentioned that in my other videos, so you can have a look at it, the one that's uploaded before this live in my YouTube video list. So yeah, you start actually finding that you're getting more traits that are like you'll start to adapt their trait, they'll start to adapt yours. You'll start to have that kind of similar situation with them. What else? You'll start to look like them. I For those, I know I've never shared, a very long time ago I shared it in my private Facebook group, how my twin flame looks like. So my twin flame is like a copy and paste version of me, literally. We literally look alike. When you look at him, by himself, he looks he is his own individual self. And when you look at me, I'm my own individual self. But when you slap it together, we become that one person. Literally, it's kind of really, really crazy. And I've seen that in a lot of my clients. There's people that have shared how their twin flames look like to me. Yeah, it's very, very common. And if it's not, don't worry about that. But there's other aspects that will actually be similar, and that's the kind of thing that you need to be mindful of, is that you will start to adapt, to them, and they will start adapting to you. So these are some of the the nitty gritty of the ascension symptoms, and there's gonna be so many things that will happen. There was one time in my ascension symptom where I felt like I was not tethered to the ground. And if that's something that's happening, because you are, remember that as you're elevating into another consciousness, you'll feel very floaty. And if that's the case, then try to eat like the root crop type of food, like yams, potatoes, carrots, right? Beets, that kind of stuff. Include that in your diet. Because it's just so much. You also can even call in the energy and try to center yourself, ground yourself. Try to visualize that you have roots, coils, or cords coming from the bottom of your feet, right? And you can imagine tying yourself, with those cords, coils, or roots to the tree, and that will actually keep you grounded. It didn't happen for too long, but it did happen to me. So if that's something that is happening to any of you guys, you can do that kind of grounding exercise, and you can do that throughout the day so that you're not feeling lightheaded and dizzy and that kind of stuff. This is very, very common for those that feel that way. Yes, yes, I did enjoy. Yeah, it is very, very powerful. I think that grounding yourself is very, very important, and I actually have a grounding meditation on YouTube, which is like a quick one for people that actually need it. At the beginning of the day, if you need to have a grounding, like light energy, that kind of stuff, I suggest that you guys look at that meditation and do try to ground yourself so that you are kind of protected, right, for the whole day. Everything is energy anyways, and what ends up happening is that you are picking energy from people and things all the time, and you just need to cleanse your energy on a daily basis. Otherwise, it's gonna get really, really hard. I say that because it catches up, and that's one of the things that you need to worry about, right? Um, so now I'm gonna go into the health issues, and this is something that I haven't shared yet. So I'm going to actually share. The last 6 months, I've been focused heavily on my health because I had it just kind of came back to back, and I had no choice but to kind of listen to my body. I was overworking myself, but I don't know what happened there. I developed a very rare skin condition, and I actually, thank you. I actually have a very, very nice skin. Everybody compliments that, even my doctor. When I went to her, she said, "Yeah, you have nice skin," right? Yeah. So everybody does compliment that. I've been born with it. I'm thankful, but the thing is that I did have a rare condition called perioral dermatitis. And what that is that it's a form of a acne, but it actually is not. It doesn't surface up like a normal acne, and it stays for a long time until you actually take some oral medication or some sort of cream that your doctor will give you. A lot of people think that it's rosacea, and that's not what it is. It's very, very different from rosacea, and sometimes you can get um, like a wrong diagnosis. So those are two different type of skin conditions. So try to get the right diagnosis from your doctor. Um, uh, so basically, with perioral dermatitis, this could be many, many things, but in my skincare makeup routine, nothing changed. But what I gathered from Googling what were the causes of it, and nobody knows why you get them, is nasal spray. I know that a year and a half ago, I had some crackling in my ears, so due to some flu that I had previously, it didn't quite go away. The congestion was still there, so then they gave me nasal spray, which is a prescription base. So I'm assuming that that was one of the trigger points for it. And then another thing that could be common is toothpaste. Toothpaste has fluoride in it. So fluoride will be another trigger to that. So I removed fluoride out of my daily oral routine. I actually found some really good toothpaste on Amazon. I live in Canada, so I have access to Amazon, but there are you can Google and see where they have fluoride free toothpaste. There is this Indian one that I found, Himalava, and that one actually has that's also fluoride free. So having said that, I switched to fluoride free toothpaste, and I checked with my dental care providers, and they said that that's fine. It's not going to cause any kind of tooth issues. I don't have teeth issues. I've always had nice teeth, and thank God. So I had to just what they did say is to just make sure that you are doing your regular brushing and stuff like that, and flossing is huge, so that it doesn't like, as fluoride does assist with just your natural oral care, right? But the thing is that because fluoride is not now a thing for me, I have to be mindful of that. But yeah, it was a little bit of a getting used to it, but it was great. I don't mind it. It's pretty good. There are some really. Does it make any difference between the original toothpaste and that? Now I can say that it really doesn't. It's just different kind of texture, and it's a little bit getting used to. So having said that, now don't have that issue, but it can resurface, and this is why I removed fluoride, because fluoride is one of the reasons why it can trigger. So some of you, if you have these kind of health issues, you can, that's why I really am heavy on seeking some sort of health guidance from your doctor, that kind of stuff. Because one thing you have to realize when it comes to your body is that your body will not, they talk to you, in so many ways, and you just have to listen to your body and figure out what they're trying to tell you. It's easier said than done, but now when everybody's like telling me about their health issues or this and that, so anybody that's watching this, and if you feel that you needed some sort of reassurance, that kind of stuff, when it comes to your health, listen to your body. It's very important. Go into a meditative state if you need to, because it's really important. You will find that your body will talk to you, and it will tell you things. There's nothing that is happening in your body that doesn't have a medical explanation for, right? It's just a matter of you understanding it. Some people believe in holistic medicines, some people believe in medicines. Whatever it is that you feel is the way that you can heal, do it. Don't prolong anything that's happening to you, because when you put it off, it just gets worse and worse. So try not to do that. I think that you guys will benefit a lot when it comes to just listening to your body. And this is the beginning of the year. People are pumped up. People want to find some good habitual eating habits, eating right food, doing some sort of workout, that kind of regime. People are looking for that inspiration, because at the beginning of the year they want to leave some of their bad habits. That's up to you, what is health to you, right? It's important that you look after yourself. And one of the biggest things that we sometimes we're not mindful for or of, is rest. Let's face it, everybody's got, we try to burn candles from both ends in many ways, right? So what ends up happening is that you are overworking yourself, you're tired, and you're pushing yourself. But try to also listen to your body, because it's not going to otherwise help you. in the long run. So try to be mindful there as well. So that was one of the issues that I had, and I had to also listen to my body as well when it came to that. I was very conscious of the way I looked. So yeah, that was one of my skincare issue that I had. And then the second one was just 4 months ago. It started off with a knot in my shoulder blade, and I do have spinal issues because I had a motor vehicle accident in in 2015. So since then, my spinal hasn't been the best, but it occasionally it flares up. And this was the second time it flared up, but it flared up really badly, and that was like I have issues with my cervical spine. Cervical spine is your neck spine, and what ends up happening is you like I have a little bit of kyphosis. You don't see that when you look at me, but it's on X-ray it did show that I have a little bit of a bend. So typically your neck spine will look like that. Mine is kind of inwards, so it it's a result of the trauma that I received during the motor vehicle accident. I was rear-ended, and I was driving a Toyota RAV4 at that time, and it was pushed in quite a bit. Like I would say, one third of it was pushed in. So it came with a force from the back. So yeah, I've even though people that deal with injuries, you know what I'm talking about. You will never ever fully recover from it. And I have taken lots of falls, on the stairs, and so I'm not scared of stairs. If there's an elevator, I'll take that. I hate stairs. So those kind of things, people don't realize it happens to you. Once in your lifetime, you'll have a bad fall, and that will also be the reason why you could have issues. So I'm just saying that be mindful of your injuries because they don't go away, and they never do. So they will bounce back. So best is to just make sure that you are doing your stretching and stuff like that. Yoga is really good. I learned yoga, and I'm not talking about the contemporary yoga that these days is flooded the Western world. I'm talking about the Indian style. And the Indian style, you know what I'm talking about, for those that are yogis or that are into the Indian stuff. When I was 7 years old, in school, my master, it was a group of us. He taught us yoga, and some of the yoga moves that I know, or the yoga poses, because there's so many different levels of yoga. So that kind of yoga, some of the poses are not even on Google when I search it. So, so having said that, I decided to, I've been trying to manifest it for a few years now, in my vision board and stuff like that, my yearly vision board. So I got into it this year, and the pain level that I had was really extreme. Childbirth, from what I gather from Google and just talking to some women that have, is 10 out of 10. My pain level was 25 out of 10. If somebody told me to choose death or that pain, I would have chosen death. It was so bad. So, and because of that, like I have nerve pain, and it radiates down to my arms, so all the way to my fingers. I will lose, like, sensation, that kind of stuff. So it was brutal. For 2.5 months, it was brutal pain. And as a light worker, I still try to show up here and give you guys encouragement, because I know this journey is really tough. And I try to be there for you guys, but that was one of the reasons why I couldn't really come on too much on YouTube, and I had to take a break, and just listen to my body, and that was one of the things that I had to do. So that was huge, and I took every treatment there is on the face of this earth to help me elevate my my pressure from the spine, because usually, the spines usually have vertebrae, and how it works is when your spine is like compressed like this, what ends up happening is you get that shooting pain. So there's machines out there now that actually elevates the compression, like, decompresses it. So I actually, the place where I go for my treatments, they actually have that machine. So they hook me up with the machine in my neck, and it actually stretched my neck. And I did that about maybe 5 sessions, and that was a game changer. Really did help. So the kind of treatment that I did take, for some of you that actually are looking for some guidance, I'll give you what I took among the painkillers, because I'm trying to avoid injections. I don't want steroid injections in my spine. It was offered to me throughout my journey with my spinal issues by my doctor, and I refused every time I got better. So and that's something that I don't want to do, because once you get into that, it just gets harder and harder. So chiropractor, I believe in that. Shockwave is something that they started doing. So just check with your local providers; they will actually have that. Shockwave is like a machine that actually goes so deep into your muscle tissue to just kind of break down the tense muscle that's causing the pain and the discomfort, right? So you can check that out. Massage, of course. What else did I take? Physio. IMS is really good. That's the dry needling that elevates. It was created by a doctor that it's a technique, they just insert like needles and they remove it really quickly, but it's all in the muscle joint so that it just relieves the tension from the muscle. So it's really, really helpful. Acupuncture, that was another thing that I took. And then osteopath. A lot of people don't understand what osteopath is, and osteopath is kind of like ancient medicine. The person that I'm going to, she's actually a Reiki healer, as well as she's a little bit spiritual. So she talked about shamanism and stuff like that. So it derives from the ancient techniques of medicine healing, right? I know that in Indian culture we have these kind of midwives that know how to massage you and realign you. Like they can align your uterus, they can align, those kind of things, right? They can restructure you. So that is really, really good therapy to take for some of you that have issues with your body in terms of pain and discomfort. They can actually adjust anything, and people don't realize that even chiropractors can do that. Like I've had sprained ankles, and every time I've sprained my ankle, I have gone back and asked them to adjust my foot, because even that actually helps. So do look into all of that stuff, because it really, really will help with you to realign. Sometimes those kind of things just kind of heal, but they remain where they are. They haven't actually adjusted to its actual position. So do look into all of that kind of stuff. Like they can every limb a chiropractor can actually adjust. So have a look at that if you guys believe in it. I know a lot of people don't like chiropractors, but people think, and this is a misconception, you can Google it. A lot of people have a fear with that. They think that they're cracking your bone. They're actually not. They're actually cracking bubbles inside your muscles. That's what that sound is. And this is again ancient practice from Indian style. We all well, I'm Indian, so I'm gonna mention about that. Like my dad used to always get us to climb on his back as kids, and just step on it and release some of the tension, back in the days, and that actually that really actually works. So that's what a chiropractor does as well. I mean, it's no different from you cracking your knuckles. Some people can crack various parts of their body. Hats off to you guys if you can, if you can crack your neck on your own, but that's what it is. You're actually cracking some muscles, and that's really important to do. One thing I found is that when I'm doing yoga, you're like, because I know the sound of the cracks and stuff like that, I can actually crack my spine now doing all the yoga poses, and it happens, or automatically. And when it happens, I'm so happy. I always thank my body, and always thank your body, because your body is your temple, right? This is what you've got. This is the only thing you've got, actually, if you think about it. This is the lesson that you need to take home, is that your body is your temple, and you are in it till you part ways with it. This is the first thing that you did when you were born, and that's the last thing that you will do when you depart. It's so powerful. And yes, with age, you will find that a lot of things are deteriorating, and it does. It's part of aging. There's nothing wrong with it, right? Everybody does. Nobody is going to be spared when it comes to aging. But you can, try to have these kind of healthier techniques and tactics to have a better life. Because one thing is for sure, and this was somebody that few years ago, I when I was dealing with this insurance provider, that he was a salesperson. I was trying to get a life insurance policy, and he mentioned that people think that your asset is like a house, a vehicle. Actually, he asked, right? And I was naming all the assets that I had. And he said that your biggest asset is your ability to work, to go and earn money. And that's very, very powerful. How that happens is through health. If you do not have that health, you're not able to actually go and make money, and no matter what. So when it comes to your health, you have to be really, really mindful. When you have health, you have everything, because the money will come, right? Your relationships will come. When you are battling bad health, what you will find is that people will you're not going to be that nice to people, because you are suffering. Right? You're not going to be happy to be around with. And I remember, like, during my really, really shitty days, I used to tell people I need to take some happy pills, otherwise you guys won't like me, because I was just having a really, really hard time to just kind of stay in that kind of vibration, right? So uh, it's really, really important to be mindful of your health, and rest is part of it. So yes, that brings me to just keeping your, you know what they say, and it's true: if you don't use your muscles, you lose them. So this was a few years back, a couple of years back, when I was going up and down the stairs, and even though my health is like I have a very healthy diet, so that's another thing. You are what you eat. So you should have treat days, but try to be mindful what you consume majority of the time, because it's very, very important. Try to have whole foods, right? Food that you're making from scratch, as opposed to takeouts and frozen stuff, that kind of stuff. So back in the time, I was already eating healthy, but having said that, I was not working out. We had just finished from COVID. I had canceled my gym membership. I was kind of guilty of that. So those motions need to be kept up. Yes, definitely. Yes, everything that you do when it comes to, it's all part of the bundle. It's a package deal, right? So yeah, gym. People were going there with their mask on, and I wasn't even the mask person. I didn't care for it. I knew when COVID was going around, I said to myself, this is not part of my reality. I'm not going to ever get COVID. I never did. So I was one of those lucky ones that didn't. But I'm just saying that you need to be like, so what I ended up happening is I didn't go work out and stuff like that for a very long time. So I started to feel less in energy. So every time I would go up the stairs, I was huffing and puffing, and then I went to my doctor and, I told her my symptom, like, I think that I need to get my heart checked because it's not very well, right? There's something going on. She said that I think that you, like you saying, because I by that time I had already started swimming and I started working out, and she said, no, just give it some time, it's gonna get better. It's just that you haven't done all these things in a while, so it's your heart is not liking you too much, but as you build your heart rate, it's gonna get better. And it did. So what I'm trying to say is that exercise is very, very important. For those that cannot afford gym membership, don't worry about that. Go for a walk. Walks are really, really powerful. Put on your best music and then just go for a walk. If it's too hot outside, then go in the evening, right? When the weather cools down, because some of you actually live in very, very hot countries and it's really hard. Or go first thing in the morning. Having said that, all of these things, the thing with any of this stuff is really, it's making it a habit. And as humans, we will make lots of excuse about habits. We will say, oh, we don't have the time, we don't have this. But then one thing you will find, and tell this to yourself, that as soon as I step out and go out and either you're going to the gym or you're going for a walk, as soon as you step out of the house, right, it'll happen. You will actually do it. Before you know it, you've actually done an hour's worth of workout, however way you do. It's getting to that point, it's kicking into that next level of actually going. And once you actually do, it happens. So same thing with like yoga, for those that really want to get into the motion of doing some yoga. There's lots of YouTube tutorials for free. You don't need to, go to a yoga class if you can afford it. Like all of that stuff you don't really need. You can even, like when I learned yoga through a chart, and it was my master that actually taught us, and we were watching still images and we were replicating it, and he was there to just make sure that the form was correct. So you can actually do that and be mindful of your form. Of course, your body is not gonna be, in the first initial ways, it's not gonna be that flexible. That's okay. Some areas will be flexible, some won't be. Don't worry about that. Maintain your breathing practices. You can Google what that is when you're actually doing yoga poses. And then what you can do is just be mindful of the form. The form is supposed to be correct. Whether you actually achieve that pose or not, who cares about that? That's your beginner's level. Give yourself a break, right? Do invest in a yoga mat. Those days are gone when people could do it right on straight from the floor. I mean, we live, well, I live in in Canada, so I wasn't used to sitting on the floor. So do use a mat. Yoga mat really allows you to stay steady. It won't slip, right? It's for your own safety, because when you're doing this kind of awkward poses, you don't want to dislocate something. That's why yoga mat is really, really important, so do that. So yeah, having said that, at the gym, start off light, right? And then do light weights. Strengthen your core. If you have spinal issues, strengthen your core, strengthen your shoulder. In my case, because I've got shoulder issue and upper back, neck and shoulder, I have to really, really increase my shoulder and my arms. So that's something that even back in the time in 2015, my doctor recommended me swimming, right? She said, oh, swimming is good for your spine. And I've had the same doctor for a long time. She's amazing. So that's what I did. I knew, did I know how to swim? I loved water, but did I know how to swim? Not so much. So I took classes. It was 10 classes that I took. I don't know, you have to check your local area to see who's actually offering it. It's really, really helpful to actually learn how to swim. So invest in that. If it's something that you guys will enjoy. take some lessons. You know, you will learn from scratch how to swim, and then you can actually swim. So by the end of my 10th lesson, I actually learned how to dive. And it looks really great in movies. I dove from far off, and it was in a deep end too. It was great, but you feel the because you're going face down, your shoulders take it, so you feel the impact. It looks amazing when you actually see other people dive. But yeah, it's a little thing, you get used to it. But I had fun in the swimming class, and it was amazing time. I'm so thankful because I actually learned the proper technique, the proper form of it. I know that some of my friends want to learn how to swim. In fact, my sister does too. And if she ever does want to, I will actually join the class again, just so that I can actually, because that was in 2015. Fast forward, have I kept some of the forms and the techniques? Because it's all about techniques. As long as you are in the right technique of it, then you're not gonna strain your body as much, right? It's all learning about the technique. And same thing with everything is technique. Gym, yoga, or any kind of exercise, right? Uh, if make sure that you have proper gear, like proper walking shoes if you're going for a walk, right? And you just have to make sure that your posture is straight up. You're not slouching, lounging, that kind of stuff, right? Like, you got to make sure that your posture is always good, because when it comes to your spine, you want to make sure that you're not forming bad posture, because then that's going to stay with you, believe it or not. So that's something that you have to be mindful of as well. So all that stuff is like actually really, really important. YouTube, your proper posture, proper technique of all those kind of things, right? Like, that will help you a long way. And yeah, like, invest in your health, whatever that is, whatever your budget is, because there's lots of things that are free. Excuses will come in all shapes and forms, and that's just when it comes to your change, your conscious mind doesn't like any of that stuff. And it will make tons of excuses, and it will actually try to keep you there. But you have to tell yourself that this is not something that you need to you know don't pay attention to all those kind of negative things. I'm actually going to a birthday party of I touched base with her 2 weeks ago, a friend of mine. And another thing that I want to add is that disease does not look at age. It doesn't matter how young you are, how old you are. I've had two friends that have actually gone through mild stroke, and they're roughly around my age. So that just goes to show that age doesn't defy all that sort of thing. So she was in ICU. This particular friend was in ICU for 2 weeks, and she rebounded from there. She had to take some sort of rehabilitation therapy. The doctors were saying she was gonna never walk again, and she said to her like, to people around her, that you know what, I'm gonna walk out of this facility. And she did. She was not bound to her wheelchair. So stuff like that really should inspire you guys. Like, the power of your mind and your will, once you actually put it into action, you can do anything you want. And I hope that this is something that you guys needed to know, um, you know from this live. And let me know if this actually was a live that actually was informative for you guys, because I do love you guys all, and I want you guys to have the best life, whatever that is, right? So yeah, in her case, that's what ended up happening. Another friend, she also had the same issue. She was paralyzed. Like, when you have stroke, you have speech problems, those kind of things. There's a lot of things that you got to work on. You got to work on the part of the body that where you receive the stroke. It could be limbs and stuff like that that you need to also strengthen, that kind of stuff. And they both revived out of it. enough to tell me the story. So no disease is something that you cannot, you know, get over. Of course, you should try your best, right? Sometimes it doesn't end up that being, you've seen some of your relatives and friends and family that have, or people that you know that didn't survive this or that. It was their time to go. We all have that situation as well. But your life is precious, give it a good fight, right? And lastly, this is the most important part. I kind of already mentioned that before I actually click off. It's actually, I can't believe that I talked for an hour, so this is really, really good. I want to re-emphasize this part about listening to your body. Your body is your temple, and this is all you've got. So do be mindful of your body. Do listen to it. A lot of times people like to know what affirmations are great. A good simple affirmation that you can say to your body is ignore the pain. Like right now I've got this, discomfort in my left shoulder. It's part of that spinal issue that I was talking about. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just telling you, but I didn't take any medications this morning. When I woke up, I'm just letting it just heal. And what I'm saying to myself is my body is perfect. There's nothing wrong with my body. My body is healthy and it is in good shape. I don't have any disease. Disease is, there's two parts to disease, and Louise Hay actually breaks that down. Dis-ease, and that's what that is. So as long as you can remove the dis part, you will be at ease. So yeah, that's how disease, you can look at it that way, if that helps, to just kind of motivate yourself. But this is an affirmation that you can say, is that I am perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with me. My body is in perfect condition. I don't have any health issues, and I have a a healthy body. Right? You can say something like that. Whatever resonates to you. I hope that try it, test it, test the law, because it will work. Whatever issues you guys have in terms of your health, you will find that it will actually ease off. One more thing that I want to say is, do not listen to your friends and family when it comes to your health. You will find that everybody has an opinion when it comes to your health and all those kind of things. But opinions are great. If it resonates, fine. Take what resonates. Shoot out the rest that are not, right. But do be mindful of what they say, because you are going through some health issues, whatever that is, and not all the time the things that are being said to you is going to be in your best and highest interest. You have to discern what that is. And then definitely listen to your medical team. Your medical team is going to be somebody that has a doctor in front of it, not anybody else, because it's you have a lot of people that would be there in the medical team that will help you with other things. But try to definitely find somebody that has a doctor attached to it. They know more. They've taken schooling. Let's face it, we're in 2025, right? So yeah, do that. Soul clearing, like I said, very, very important to get into the right energy. And yeah, I hope that this was informative and inspiring live for you guys. And thank you so much for joining me. And I will, all my live videos will have some sort of topic that I will actually kind of have. And next time I'll try to disable the fast chat, so that I can read because it just comes so quickly and then it goes away and I can't read the whole thing. So I'll have to make it into slow mode. I'll have to figure out what that is. I know it can be done. So yeah, with that, thanks for your patience for today, and I will join you guys in the next live. Take care and have the best health that you actually deserve, because you know what? You are worth it.